After a disappointing result like you had last week at Boston, Martin, how do you draw the line between focusing on what went wrong there and then having to look forward? You don't just want to look at negatives, do you, when you have the players back in training at the beginning of the week?
No, I mean, we've got to get a reaction. That's the most important thing. And one thing I will say, that the players have been very, very positive. There's not that they've done any more work than what we've done for any other week, preparing for the games. But equally, we've got to have a better performance.
Do you think that result hit them harder than maybe some of the other poor results they've had this season, just because it was a team who was struggling at the bottom of the league, who haven't really pulled up any trees this season?
Yeah, I believe so. It hit myself harder as well. There's no getting away from the fact that you're winning 1-0, not quite comfortable, nothing sort of, that was a real sort of concern, the way the game was going, and then, you lose 2-1 in a game that you shouldn't be losing.
But on football, you always have the chance to put things right, and you got that this weekend.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. I wish we'd had a game Tuesday. It was one of them. It's been a long week, but it's a week where we've been, able to regroup them. There's one thing for sure, that they're a great bunch, and we've got to make sure that we have the right reaction come this Saturday.
And you've played Telford once already this season. I think you beat them, didn't you, at Darlington? They've got a pretty similar side from what they had at the beginning of the season when you played them to what they have now.
Yeah, they're very much a football team. The similar style to Kidderminster, the way they try and play. So we know exactly what they're all about, and. Again, I think Boston proved to be, there's no given games, and you've got to go anywhere and earn the right to win games and see games through, and that's one thing that we've got to learn from.
Is that one of the things that can make you confident that if your team do play to their abilities, they're going to win more regularly than what they have been doing recently?
They should do on paper, but paper means nothing. You've got to put performances in and back it up, and we've seen the real good performances, and we've seen half an hour of very, very poor and disciplined performance, and that disappoints me more than anything, because of the way we've worked since we've come in, of being disciplined and trying to get a structure out of possession. And it's very, very frustrating, but we've got to continue to work hard. This is our job, and we've got to believe that we will get back to winning ways this Saturday.
And how does what happened in that final hour affect your thinking when you named your team this weekend?
Well, it's still not named yet. It's still in my mind. We've worked on things today. We've had a long session today, and looked at sort of different personnel, different formations. We'll come in tomorrow, work again, and make sure that we pick the right starting 11 to win the game.
Does that show that you're still not 100% sorted in your own mind, really, about who you would like playing in your ideal first 11 if everyone was available to you?
I think at this moment in time there's a possibility that we might be looking to bring a player in for the weekend, if it all comes off, but so that that itself sort of just, we're waiting that to possibly go through for the weekend. But equally, we have a 99% there of what the formation will be, what the team will be, and it's making sure that the players give the fans something back this weekend, because last weekend I felt for the last half an hour of the game we let them down, and we've got to get back to being resilient and strong and dominating games.
Is it slightly concerning to you as well that you keep having to bring in one more player so that you can't get a settled 11? I know there's not many changes on a game by game basis, but you don't really seem to be able to name the same 11 week after week.
Well, I think we're still finding our feet. We've been in the building 2 months, and I think like any management team, you're still trying to sort of work your way through what you need to find out about individuals and about personnel and formations, and we are still learning. It still is a learning process, but at the same time, we've got to back us up with results come Saturdays.
Have you got anyone unavailable this weekend, or who won't be involved in the squad?
No, everybody's available.
And last week you threw maybe a couple of curveballs by naming Sam Muggleton and Connor Smith on the bench. Are they likely to stay in your squad more long term, or have nothing really changed and you're still looking to move those two out? It was just a one-off last week.
I think obviously, with Gary Martin leaving, we're one less player in the squad, so there was room for movement off the pitch there. But equally, everyone's available this weekend. So hopefully, we pick the right team, the right formation to go win the game.
Telford came to York on the opening day of the season. After this game of the weekend, we're halfway through the season. How would you assess where York City find themselves? I appreciate you've only been here for the last couple of months.
Yeah. They need to be in the playoffs. As simple as that. We sit in ninth, and ninth's not good enough for anybody. So we understand the expectations and the pressures that come with that, and we've got to get back in the playoffs. Come this Saturday, quarter-5. That's a must. It's a must-win game. We feel that we let everybody down come Saturday as a club, and we've all got to take a portion of that criticism on board, because this is what we're here for. And equally, we've got to give our fans something to come back on the bus Saturday with an outstanding performance.
Everyone keeps talking about this poor defensive record. I think it's 8 of the last 9 away games. York City have conceded at least 2 goals in 8 of the last 9 away games. We see all the things that you're doing on the pitch before the games. I've never seen a manager come out and just be drilling his defenders game after game after game in the pre-match warm-up as you do. So it's clearly you're doing everything you possibly can to try and turn that stat around.
We are, and I think that's important that people in the club, as in the players, understand what we're working on. But we've got to play with a bit more freedom. We've got to have a bit more creativity in the team. I feel like Saturday it was not as much at all. And I think if you go back to the performance when we've been very good, we've used the ball better, we've kept the ball for bigger spells. So there's that side of the game, but equally we've got to be more focused and attention to detail. The desire not to concede a goal, not to lose a header, the desire to take a big block, the desire to stop a cross, the hunger. We've got to get back to that real tough mentality. Because all the work out there and all the work pre-match means nothing if it's not carried out for an hour and a half on a Saturday.
And do you feel that once you do sort of get over a couple of these hurdles and things start to click, that you then really could get yourself on a roll?
100%. I mean, goodness me, you look player for player. We're strong. There's no question about that. But again, that means nothing. You've got to back it up with performances and results.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.